I'm Takumi.yamanaka. Today's MMA Fight Breakdown is when the smaller fighter loses the advantage, a shift in center of gravity. As I mentioned before, smaller fighters often have an advantage in MMA. However, there are moments when this theory breaks down. Why does that happen? This example comes from an LFA fight in February 2026, Luis Francis Ginelli vs. Angel Rivera Jr. Luis is the taller fighter, nearly 2 meters tall. At the start of the fight, Angel, who is around 180 centimeters, should have the advantage due to his naturally low center of gravity. This allows him to throw more easily and strikes with greater stability. In MMA, it's often said that the smaller fighter has the advantage for this reason. As the fight begins, Luis uses his reach to strike from distance. On the other hand, Angelo raises his center of gravity and moves in a linear, upright manner. At times, Angelo bends his upper body forward and rushes in. In these moments, his center of gravity becomes higher. This is dictated by his forward-leaning posture and slightly open armpit. However, this leads to a negative outcome. Luis, maintaining a lower and more stable center of gravity, is able to land clean and powerful punches. This ultimately result is a knockout. In the finishing sequence, Angelo's center of gravity is clearly higher than Luis's. In fact, when the center of gravity rises too much, it can become a weak point. It reduces the ability to absorb or escape striking force, making the head move vulnerable. If Angelo had kept his center of gravity lower, Luis's strikes would not have been as effective. From a coaching perspective, it is safer to teach fighters to operate from a lower center of gravity. Controlling the center of gravity is difficult, and mistakes like this can lead directly to knockout. A lower center of gravity also allows fighters to apply fundamental kickboxing techniques with more stability. While a higher center of gravity may offer mobility, it often reduces control and makes consistent execution more difficult, especially for less experienced fighters. This is MMA Fight Breakdown. Thank you for watching.